Let's speak now to Olga Krasnyak, who's an associate professor at the Higher School of Economics in Moscow. Welcome back to the programme, Olga. Now, this meeting comes at a critical time for global energy supplies. How significant is the revival of the Power of Siberia to natural gas pipeline to China's long-term energy security, given the persistent shipping blockages in the Strait of Hormuz?
Indeed, this pipeline has a huge importance for both countries, but also we need to keep in mind it's a long-term planning, and we have some expectations which we cannot just receive just immediately. So it's in the future years or even the decades. And what it means the stability and the strategic stability, not just only Russian-Chinese relations, but the Eurasian space. When two countries have a strategic partnership, they stabilize the whole continent. So this is something what we need to keep in mind. And the pipelines, that would be one of the elements, one of the instruments of those future stability.
Now, China has remained Russia's largest trading partner for 16 consecutive years. How codependent are these economies, particularly given the ongoing sanctions?
Well, I cannot say it's a huge dependency of Russian economy from Chinese economy, but indeed, China is a trade partner number one for Russia right now. But for China, Russia is trade partner number 4. But nonetheless, I cannot say that Chinese goods they overwhelming the Russian market, because we cannot deny, of course, Chinese goods here. But at the same time, it's a huge boost for Russian production, for the production of Russian companies. It's not just only military production, it's also food and clothes and everything what we need. So, of course, I would not deny Chinese presence, but at the same time, it's a huge development for Russian economy and for Russian production.
And what does that pose to Beijing if Western capitals decide to enforce heavy secondary sanctions against Chinese firms doing business in Moscow?
Excuse me, could you please repeat some connection problems?
Yes. We're seeing Chinese brands dominating Russia's domestic consumer market, as you mentioned. What's the strategic risk to Beijing if Western capitals decide to enforce heavy secondary sanctions against these firms doing business in Moscow?
Well, Russia is under the sanctions more than 4 years, and we see the packages coming from Western countries. So they do not stop. At the same time, we see the resilience of Russian economy. And also, I would not look at the decisions coming from Western capitals about Russian economy, because what is important to note that Russian economy, so in Russia's situation, it's about self-reliance, and we have anything or everything what we need for just to sustain our own economy. Of course, it does not mean so we will be out of the global market, because still global market exists, not just only with energy supplies, but with all these economic connections. But at the same time, so Russia's economic sovereignty, this is something what we're strengthening. And yes, we do not depend much on the decisions coming from the Western capitals.
Olga Krasnyak in Moscow, great to have your insights. Thank you.